Спасибо, пока.
Сука!
Hello, what is up guys? My name is Boblu and welcome back to another video. As you can see, today we're taking a look at the Soviet Tier 9 battlecruiser, the Kronshtadt, and this is actually a ship I haven't featured on my channel yet. But it's a ship I've had for, well, pretty much my whole Blitz career, I guess you can say. This is one of my first premiums. I remember getting it in the shipyard way back and not knowing anything about this ship. The Kronshtadt is like I said, a battle cruiser. It is classified as a cruiser in the game. You get 3 precise aiming 2, and then you get some defensive fire. Then along with that, it is armed with 305mm guns, and if you can hear a bell, that is, here in Denmark we have like a truck that goes around with ice cream and people buy it from it. Ice cream truck. Well, yeah, everybody has that. I think that's an American tradition. What am I talking about? Anyways, the Kronshtadt. This thing is amazing. I haven't played this in such a long time. I think one and a half, 2 years. And then when I was requested to play this, I thought, why not? That's a good idea. So I maxed this baby out, put Makarov on, and yeah, I say this is probably one of the best tier 9 cruisers you have out there right now. This thing is pretty consistent, and it can definitely handle itself in tier 10 battles where you're going to be most of the time. Luckily this is the tier 8, so we're blessed in this one. This thing is, like I said, armed with 305mm guns, and as you can see, we got 8 out of 9 hits on that Cleveland, almost at max range. These guns are precise, and they are very, very Russian, very, very fast shells, accurate and low arcs. You are going to be sitting at the back and sniping in the beginning of the game. But like you saw in the beginning clip, if you actually battle tank and dodge as much as you can pretty much survive an encounter versus a Moskva and a full health Ohio. We took down that Ohio, you know, alone pretty much. My Montana died pretty quickly because he got torped by a shimmer. And we did end up losing that game, so I'm gonna be honest, I could just have, you know, not said anything, but we did lose that game. It was very close though. And our tanking definitely did help us to secure that flank, because they were taking out those 2 guys. But anyways, you can see here that we actually have no problem shooting at Atlantico, and I do attribute a lot of that to Makarov APCS+. Of course, that's going to help. But it is definitely capable of damaging these heavily armored ships, the Kronshtadt. It is a very, very consistent cruiser when it fires. And I know a lot of you guys have said that, oh, I make you want all these premium ships, but you know, I'm gonna be honest, and this is one of the easier cruisers to play. So if you're wanting to get into the battle cruiser, I think there's some that definitely are better than others. This is one of them. I also think Puerto Rico is definitely up there as a battle cruiser that's actually playable in this meta right now, because they are very artillery focused. This thing is just as powerful, in my opinion, as a Stalingrad, you know, if you put it tier for tier. This thing is kind of like a mix between the two, I would say, between the Moskva and the Stalingrad. It gets the same guns, right, as Stalingrad, but they reload quite quickly, as you can see, 13 seconds. That is faster than, you know, or at least close to Stalingrad. And it's just, it feels more tanky as well. It's a lot more beefy, and these tier 8s have a, you know, big trouble actually getting through my armor at this range. So like I said, the name of the game is to stay back and use your range, because you are very good at that longer distance. You're a very good sniper. I mean, hence you have precise aiming too. So the first Atlantico goes down very, very easily, and here we take a shot at the second one. He is of course full health, because Atlanticos are always full health. But there's a Cleveland who is, I mean, showing a graciously almost full broadside here, so of course we're gonna take advantage of that right there. Okay, so you see, you don't get citadels all the time, but it is an RNG game, and even with Makarov and APCS+, it's not really the citadels that, you know, is what gives you the damage. It's actually just the full pens, as you can see there. 1200 damage per hit is is devastating to a cruiser, especially at tier 8, but even, you know, tier 10, tier 9 cruisers have troubles against this ship. So bringing this to ranked is not a bad idea at all. You do have to keep in mind you don't have radar and you don't have sonar. You are equipped with auto secondaries and manual secondaries, but the autos are very close range, keep that in mind. As we get a beautiful Pitadel on the Black Takao. Yeah, Pitadels are, you know, a thing in this game. It's also a thing on PC. It's when the ship is so low that pretty much one full pen or an overpen will kill them, but then you get a Citadel and you haven't gotten a Citadel the whole fight. That's a Pitadel for those of you who don't know. But we're left with the two most tanky ships, and our team has pretty much devastated this whole game. It was a blowover, but it really showcased what this thing is capable of. We just pushed the flanks and made sure we were, you know, angling towards the most dangerous targets. Now the DDs in this game could have done a, you know, better job, but then again, I have a Friesland on my team, and yeah, the Friesland is devastating versus tier 8 destroyers and other tier destroyers. I mean, tier 10 even. But yeah, I think the Kronshtadt is a really good ship, and I can't remember who requested it, but if you were wondering if this is something you should buy, maybe it comes back in the shipyard. It definitely could. It's a long time since it's been there, and it's one of those ships that's always going to be popular, definitely. And I think all the very experienced captains out there who maybe own this will agree with me that this is a solid ship. So let's get into the build. So here we have the beautiful Kronshtadt in St. Petersburg, and yeah, I really like the camo. We went for advanced fire gun director, so we get 4% more range. It's really nice. I mean, this is what you want in a sniping ship. Makes perfect sense, to be honest. So I went actually not with dispersion mod, believe it or not. I like having main battery mod 1 because this, like I said, this thing can really easily bow tank, so having those turrets turn faster really helps. And you get precise aiming too, so you're not really needing to, you know, have that mod 3 dispersion mod. So all the skills you see here are going to be good to have also on a normal commander, even though, you know, this is Stepan Makarov. The only one is Master Reloader, but this is because I use it on Petro. Instead, you should go for Honor Seeker. And then, of course, we have APCS Plus and Horizontal Expert Plus. These are amazing skills to have on a Russian cruiser. So, in conclusion, there is a lot of Soviet bias attached to this ship, I have to admit. It's definitely got the Soviet treatment. It feels like a Moskva and a Stalingrad. Petro, in my opinion, is good because I have it maxed, but it feels like a Russian premium heavy cruiser, battle cruiser. It really does, and it fits the role, and it's devastating in pretty much every tier it can get in. Tier 8, Tier 9, Tier 10. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My name has been Battlecruiser, and I'm signing out.